set up for Ohio State.
You've waited all day for this.
He's going to take it to the house. 85 yards. Down the right side, going Devin Smith. Got it at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
The one show that's nothing but the Buckeyes.
Oh, Graham Ruckert for the touchdown. Graham shoots it high on the right for 3.
This is the Buckeye Show.
All right, happy Thursday to all you fine Buckeye fans. A thirsty Thursday. Best night of the week. Even though it's a CBJ Shorty edition, it's going to be great. I'm Timmy Hall. We got the Boatman back there. Haven't seen him in a while. And I haven't seen my good friend, high testosterone Tyvis, in a while either. It's good to see you, buddy.
It's good to see you as well. I feel like I haven't had this crew in a long time.
We haven't, because
Tim,
you
Bodie.
and I finally did a show last week.
But Bodie wasn't here.
But Bodie was not here. He was doing something else. He was gone.
He's too big time.
He was gone the last 2 days, too. How you doing, Bodie? I feel like I haven't seen
I'm
you
doing
or done a
just
show
fine,
with you.
Clark. Yeah,
Real nice.
I feel like over the last few weeks now, between roundtable, men's games, we're full force into men's basketball here, and some PTO.
Good.
And filling in some of my PTO, some of other people's PTO. I've been in for Ted, Shark.
That's true. Yep.
like that.
You've been on the mornings a lot.
PTO?
I do. I'm a big believer in PTO. Tyvis, if they offered more, I would take more.
I see you've been missing a lot of work lately, Bodie.
Yeah, it's great.
You know what's funny?
Wouldn't say I've been missing it, Bob.
If they're going to pay me not to be here,
For the first
Sign me
time,
up.
What a deal.
for the first time in my 3 years of doing this, I thought about just taking a week off. What would I do? I'd be bored.
Oh, man.
I'd be bored.
It's not a winner's mentality, Tyvis.
I know. I just can't. I thought about it.
I just took a couple of days, and people look at me
Take a week
sideways.
off. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Take a week. I've never done that in my life. Take a week off.
Get you anything?
Don't do it soon, because you can look at the guy next to you and ask him about the schedule, and he's probably going to need you.
Exactly.
We can't have you being gone. Off
No,
a week.
no, it
Off a
can't.
week.
I'm
Day or
not,
two, we
I'm
can
not
figure it out.
taking
Not
no
a week.
days
Okay.
off, Bodie.
Fair enough. Just like Bill.
I said it was
Now
a
he's
thought.
back at Carolina.
Oh, that's good. No, it's good. It's good to have you here, Tyvis. It's good to have you here as well, Bodie. Get you anything, Bodie? Little eggnog?
Something to eat.
Drive you out in the middle of nowhere? Leave you for dead? Okay, good. We'll just take you out to South Bend, and we'll leave you there as you get ready for the big Notre Dame-Indiana game.
Go Hoosiers.
Go Hoosiers. This time we're going to pull Big Ten rank, right? This is the one and only time right there. I mean, Newt Rockne could have dressed in that locker right there. So, Tyvis, we're getting ready for the Tennessee game, Ohio State in the college football playoff. Still fired up for the big 8-9 game. We had Ross Bjork, the athletics director, in studio this morning. He was right here in this studio, sitting right there with Bobby and Tito.
Did they throw out the roses as he walked in?
They asked some good questions because, the Ryan Day topic came up, and this was the one that just got broadcast everywhere. The Associated Press picked this up. They wrote their own caption of it. That was on ESPN.com. All over the place. I think to the far corners of the country. I'm dying to see what some of the numbers look like, because that interview got traction, and we did an hour with Ross Bjork back in the summertime. That was before anything had happened, obviously, with this season.
Yeah.
And we did not have the complexion and the hot button issue of losing that game to Michigan for the fourth time. And so I'll just give it to you right now. The way Tito framed it up, which you won't hear his question in here, it was somewhere along the line of, what do you see are the chances that Ryan Day is the coach at Ohio State in 2025? And Ross went right into his belief of the coach.
Absolutely. Coach Day and I have just hit it off so well. I've been really, really impressed. Every single time I talk to him, I learn something. He's innovative. He recruits at the highest level. He's got a great staff. There's always tweaks. There was tweaks after last year, right? You're always going to tweak things. You're always going to make adjustments. You're always going to make improvements.
It basically echoes the statements that he gave to the Dispatch right after the Michigan loss. And Tyvis's point to me, it's actually being shown on ESPN. The audio is actually playing on SportsCenter as we're talking about this on our show right here to you guys, to our audience tonight. So that's how crazy these comments went. Which, to be honest, it doesn't surprise me, because it's about Ryan Day, and it just further goes to show us where we are with Ryan Day's tenure, that it would blow up like this because Ross kind of did what I thought he was going to do.
Yeah.
I would not have ever expected Ross to come in and say something that could be remotely seen as hot button about he better win or else, Hey, what's he going to do? Head's going to roll if we don't win this game against Tennessee. Then we'll have a lot of deciding, a lot of decision making to do. No, he just fully backed him. But I don't believe for a second that circumstances can't change. Say, and I don't want to think about it, if they lost the next one, the first one out in this tournament.
I'm going to say that even if they lost this next one, he'd still be here.
Are you?
I am going to say that.
You think he would want to be here, would want to stay, wouldn't look for an opportunity?
Are you talking about Ryan Day?
Yeah. Say if it wasn't going to be like we're telling you to go out with the buyout, with the contract and everything.
No, I think he would. I think Ryan Day doesn't want to leave on a terrible note. For someone, he just comes.
Who would?
Well, that's what I'm saying. But
sometimes
he has an opportunity.
You don't get to make that choice.
Well, that's called being fired. He's not going to get fired.
No, you're right. You're right.
No.
You're right. In that
getting,
case, that would be being fired.
He's not.
Sure.
He's not getting fired. I think due to the fact.
You don't think any way if they lost this next game and you then went 0 for 3 of the 3 things that you wanted to do.
I think it'll cost $100 million to fire him.
Explain that financial to me.
Because his buyout's 37. Then if you go get a coach from somewhere, you got to pay his buyout. So you're talking about $20 million. Then you got to pay him a new contract. So now you're talking about $40 million.
And then another. And then an NIL budget.
Yeah.
Depending on what happens with the recruiting.
I think it'll cost $100 million.
I would think if you swing big enough and do it the right way. But you know what, Tyvis? There's the old cost of doing business statement. There's that. I am not getting there right now. I want to see what happens. I want to give this guy his chance to go out there and see what he can do rallying this team in the college football playoff because I think it should be looked at as that important. I think it is a big deal what we got coming up here.
So I've been thinking about this for quite some time. One, I would say I give Ryan Day the benefit of the doubt. This is his first time as a head coach. He's 5 years in. So he's made some mistakes that young head coaches would make. Mm-hmm. I would think when you look at this game that's coming up against Tennessee, everybody talks about how great they are defending the run. Ryan Day goes out there back-to-back games and tries to prove a point where he's trying to run the ball against a team that says you can't run the ball, and it's not smart to run the ball, and he goes out there and does it again. All right, now that's a different conversation. But I think he's one of those guys that learns from past mistakes. I think Ryan Day, when I think about Ryan Day, I think the problem is he cares too much what the outside people think. I think he hears noise, and I think that it impacts him as a person. And I think he has to get right within where you say, I understand who I am as a person, I understand who I am as a coach, and I understand what this team is. And I think once you get that and you stop doing things to try to prove people wrong. Do things to prove yourself right. Be right about yourself. And I think when you look at that game plan, it was so much of trying to prove that I'm this tough team, we're this tough thing, and he's trying to prove people wrong about what they think about this team.
All right.
And the point is that's not what's important. It's about winning the game. So I think for him I wouldn't know if he had growth just by seeing this upcoming game plan. If it's more passing.
It's about the game plan, and it's about what you're doing. It's got to be something that gives you completely different chances than you had against Michigan.
Correct.
Which shouldn't even have gotten to that moment. But we're going to hear from another part of this coming up because there was a tidbit and something else that he said about what you're seeing with Coach Day in this program that pressed a lot of buttons here today. So we will give that to you. Bodie is here. My man Tyvis is here. It is the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
Whatever you're doing right now, just know that Bo Bishop is enjoying a sip of bourbon. Even if this promo is playing in the morning, no judgment.
Ah, sweet morning drinking.
The Fan.
Steel holiday savings are here. Make room under the tree for gifts at the top of their wish list. Right now, power up the holidays with great deals on long-lasting tools. Find the perfect gift at your local Steel dealer or shop the Steel Holiday Gift Guide at steelusa.com.
Ohio's public schools are safe, welcoming learning environments where everyone can thrive, no exceptions. thanks to the nearly 120,000 public school educators in the Ohio Education Association. We are dedicated professionals who deserve respect, a living wage, and a seat at the table when decisions are made. And we're using our united voice to demand the supports and resources our students need to succeed. Because in Ohio, public education matters.
Hey, Ohio State fan, are you ready for game day? Get hyped and get your crew going with the Buckeye meal at BK. For $20, you'll get one juicy flame grill Whopper sandwich, one original chicken sandwich, 2 mouthwatering cheeseburgers, 3 crispy golden small fries, and 3 refreshing small drinks. Grab your $20 Buckeye meal today and share the taste of victory. At BK, have it your way. You rule. Limited time only at participating Ohio area restaurants. Tax extra. BK is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
I love the neighborhood where I grew up, but it was tough.
Ohio State championship quarterback Cardale Jones.
Football helped me find my direction, but I also needed the right support system. I remember seeing that CareSource heart around town and just knowing they had my back. That's the kind of difference they still make in neighborhoods like mine. And that means the world to so many children today. My name is Cardale Jones, and I was a CareSource kid.
CareSource, your Medicaid, your choice. Visit caresource.com/Medicaid.
Get ready, Buckeye fans. Donato's just added something special to the pizza playbook. Introducing Donato's new Block O pizza. Donato's golden thin crust cut in that trademark Block O shape, loaded with crispy pepperoni, smoked provolone cheese, and Buckeye Spirit. It's the perfect pizza for game day or any day in Buckeye country. Now get a Block O pizza for just $10 with any pizza purchase. Order today with the Donato's app or at donatos.com.
When you share your food, you share your heart. So what's on your table this holiday season? Save on your festive feast at Kroger with delicious deals on all the holiday classics. Or wow the crowd with something new, like a quinoa stuffed butternut squash. It's sure to add a pop of color to your spread. How about a sweet potato casserole with a crunchy oat streusel topping, made with care for the sweet tooth and the savory tooth? With Kroger, fill your table with love and watch as your guests' hearts get as full as their bellies. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Join our resident gambling degenerates Dave Biddle and Scotty Vegas for On the Money Sunday morning at 9.
Presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
All the action, none of the responsibility. The Fan.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more reliability and versatility built in, like Kubota BX and L Series compact tractors, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Z Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Visit your local Kubota dealer for a demo today.
Visit BuckeyeKubotaDealers.com to find a dealer near you.
Don't miss a minute of the Ohio State football postseason presented by CareSource, Kroger, and State Farm. Celebrate the culmination of the 2024 season with all of Buckeye Nation and follow along on the official athletic site from the opening postseason kickoff to the final whistle in Atlanta. We have you covered. It's the 2024 Ohio State football postseason presented by CareSource, Kroger, and State Farm. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/postseason central now for more information. Go Bucks!
Hey golfers, it's Timmy Hall here, and I just found out how to keep my game sharp through the cold months so I can kick Austin's ass again next spring. It's the Fans Indoor Golf League at Fairway Columbus, presented by Woodford Reserve. 12-week league, 24 spots. It starts January 5th. The first 10 signups get it for $350, less than $30 a week, then $400 for the remaining signups. Plenty of Woodford Reserve specials, food from McGinnis Grill. Folks, these are the finest golf sims in the city. So sign up at 971thefan.com and don't put those sticks away.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Plenty of sunshine, but brisk on this Thursday. Temperatures only in the low to mid-20s. A few snow showers early tonight, little if any accumulation. Partly cloudy and cold by your Friday morning. Temperatures around 20 degrees. And during the day Friday, we'll see some sunshine, light winds, but still chilly with highs in the mid-30s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Brace yourselves for more Buckeye banter. This is the Buckeye Show.
Timmy Hall, Tyvis Powell, all you fine Buckeye fans tonight. The Bode Man is back there as well. We are indeed brought to you by our good friends at CareSource and by Coors Light. Yeah, tap the Rockies. We thank them for sponsoring this lovely show. And still in the infancy of Tyvus even knowing that we have TV screens that we can put our sponsor logos. So when you're watching on YouTube, you can see our lovely faces. I apologize. We've actually been standing for this entire show. So if you have been watching on YouTube and that's been a little unnerving for you,
we're burning calories.
It's Tyvus's fault because I usually let him dictate. I cannot sit here like a moron and look up at him for the duration of the show.
Think about the calories.
I can't do it.
I love this shirt that you're wearing, by the way.
Yes, this is the Common Man and T-Bone Christmas special shirt. So if you guys are going to go out to their appearance tomorrow.
Must be nice.
Yeah, it is nice. There were only 5 extras made. Somehow I made the cut, and you did not.
You're a special guy, Timmy.
Well, I mean, I'm around, Tyvus.
Oh, really?
I'm around.
Me too.
Not as much as me, though.
I'm here every day.
You're here most days.
Which one of us worked every day this week?
You're right.
All right.
I was out. Like Bodie said, God loved paid time off, right?
Y'all are unbelievable.
Yeah, PTO.
If I had PTO, I wouldn't use it.
Get out of here.
I wouldn't.
I'm going to hold you to that years from now when you're a full-time employee here at the Fan.
Not going to use it.
Not ever.
For what?
Never going to take a day. Be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you wish for.
Unless it's an emergency.
We can get you on extra shifts too. I mean, why stop at one show a day?
Hey, well, you know.
The people want it. I think the people want like bookends of Tyvus Powell.
I don't think they do.
Get you on with the guys in the morning too.
They do.
Brighten up their days.
I mean, I bring some type of positivity to the show. Everybody's so negative about this whole Riot Day thing. I think he bounces back. If he goes out, I tell you what, they go out there and win these 4. There's nothing you can really say to the guy.
By the way,
that's all it would take. Tyvus just win the next 4 games. That would solve it all.
Yeah, you know,
you got a fair point.
You got
simple.
You got to slay.
Yeah.
He got to slay a lot of demons. He got to slay SEC. He got to slay the Oregon.
And then the SE, and then maybe the SEC and the SEC
Texas again, and then,
it could possibly be Texas and then Georgia again, or the Fighting Irish, or James Franklin ain't getting
no,
it. I'm sorry, just hanging out.
Bet on SMU.
Yeah,
that, I think.
God, could you imagine the Lou Holtz Bowl for the national championship?
Lou would actually have to be there.
Hey, I tell you, you guys just don't look that tough for that physical. Quiet, Lou. He's going to have about enough of him.
See, that would be a really good test because Lou would show up purposely and he would try to be physical and run the ball, and maybe that'd be playing right into Notre Dame's hands. So it'd be actually interesting to see if he see Lou and be like, you know what, I'm going to still do what we do, and that's 7-on-7 ball.
So some of the other stuff, if you go back, and you should listen to the guys' podcast and the segments from Ross Bjork's interview, which were across 2 parts. They're in chunk segments on YouTube as well. So you can watch the whole show. I do that. I encourage that. And if you're looking for just the Ross Bjork stuff in part 1, part 2, you'll find those thumbnails on our YouTube channel as well. And some of the other stuff that he talked about that I thought was interesting, Tyvus, is think about this college football playoff home game for the Buckeyes that's coming up on December 21st, night game. So we're getting revved up for that.
They should dome it.
No, they're not. Just stop. That's not what I'm talking about.
I'm just
no one wants to hear about a dome right now.
Bodie, wouldn't you want to go to this game if it was in the dome?
No.
I'm going to the Notre Dame game, yeah, and I'm already looking at the temps.
You don't want a dome there, do you?
It's going to be cold, but I'm ready for it.
Would you rather it be in a dome?
No.
It's football.
You're sick.
Says the guy who I guarantee if I asked you right now when you played in like that Minnesota game, did you wear sleeves in 2014?
2014. That's the famous Dilly Bar game.
I said my senior year was when I stopped. 2015 and beyond, I never wore sleeves.
Did you guys play any cold games though that year? Like cold, not,
I think we had. I think we had a Minnesota night game, like late November. That one was pretty cold.
Well, the game that everybody remembers is the snow game where J.T. Barrett
on the road
had the slowest 80-yard touchdown run, and the dude's eating a dilly bar, and it goes viral. The Minnesota coach.
12 months out of the year.
Well, it's going to stay cold. It's actually the perfect temperature to be eating a nice ice cream bar. It's not going to melt. All right, so let me finish. Back to them hosting this game. Think of it in terms of a NCAA tournament host site. Like if the Buckeyes were the host institution and it's over at Nationwide Arena, it's going to be a little bit like that because Ross alluded to some things being done for Tennessee. Like they're going to have an intro video. That's just going to be part of it because this is the playoff. This is not just a regular old Ohio State home game.
Okay.
So there are people with the college football playoff that are going to have a lot of say in the logistics and what the setup is, what pregame is going to look like, what halftime is going to look like, what sponsors are all over the place, what logos and designs are around. So I'm just making you aware of that. But he said pyro and drones.
Yeah.
So those are the two things that also made the rounds. I also loved our guy McNeil, a reflog on social media, who had the drone message written out as win or you're fired. That's what his drone message said. So very good. But that's some of the things that you can look forward to with the home game. Obviously, the Scarlet, the shoe.
Are you going?
I'm not going to be there.
Why not?
I'm not going to be there for the game. I'll be doing, I assume, my normal home game routine. And then back here in the studio getting ready for post game. Are you going to go?
No.
Why not? You're taking way too long to answer.
I don't have a good answer.
Well, then why'd you ask me as if I'm supposed to go and then you're not even going yourself?
I don't have tickets. So.
You're Tyvis Powell.
Yeah, that don't work.
Oh, it doesn't work anymore?
It never did.
Then how do you think little old me is going to get a ticket?
You're with the station.
I'm not with the station. You're with the station.
You're an employee.
Well, you're a guy that always works.
I got him on that one.
You're a guy that always works.
Just saying.
So let me hit you with this. This was the other part that was making the rounds today from Ross's interview with the Morning Juice guys. More on the support for Coach Day, and listen carefully to the reasoning and what he talks about here near the end of the cut and see what you think about it.
This whole mentality about, and look, we live it and we sign up for it, but if you think about, if you get fixated on the end result and not have the process fully baked every time, you're gonna lose. The mindset's gonna lose because you're only fixated on one thing. And so what we have to do is this whole championship or bust sort of mentality. You want that as a goal, but it has to be about the process. And Bobby, as a player, you won a national championship, so you know what that's like. And so, to me, we've got to maybe change some conversations a little bit. I think we need to maybe just approach things a little bit differently. But Coach Day is awesome. He's great to work with. He totally gets it. He loves being a Buckeye. And so we're going to support him at the highest level. You know what I thought about as I was listening back to that again? It's something that you said to me about one of your good buddies who you played football with. If you try to magic eye this thing and relax your mind and relax your brain as to what game the Buckeyes just lost and for how many times in a row they lost it, and just look at overall things, right? Look at just record, just win-loss record, which is what a lot of people would do. Oh, what is it, 66-10 or whatever?
66-10.
Whatever it is. Just look at that. It was what Richard Sherman asked you and said, what are you guys talking about?
He's out of his mind. To me, when I heard that clip, what it really comes off is, and it's something that I used to hear a lot. They say the standard is the standard. And it sounds like he's trying to change the standard a little bit. And I don't think a lot of people is going to be fans of that.
That's exactly what you're saying. And I don't think a lot of people were fans of that when it was put in that type of way based on how many losses it's been, because it's not like, it is not like you got to this point where we're only 2 years into this, 3 years into this, and you're trying to make a very knee-jerk decision. Like, you got to get this guy out of here. Get him out of here right now. Like, he can't win the games that you want to win. No, I mean, we're talking about the fourth straight year right now. Now, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens in this college football playoff. But I think for a lot of people, and I think it's reasonably so, where the playoff should have a great deal of importance coming up here this season.
Oh, I think it's in a great deal of importance just off of the fact of alone. This is the part that I just can't get over this hump, is that you convince these players to come back, to put their NFL careers on hold, to come back. And 2 of the 3 things that y'all all signed up for is out of the window. So you best to find a way to get that last one, because if you don't, then what was the point of them coming back? That's the question. And I would hate to be one of those players that look back and be like, I could have been a year in making this X amount of dollars right now. I could have had a better. My draft stock maybe was a little bit better last year when I was hot, and now I'm going to lose out on money. I'm a year behind in the NFL, and I came back and don't have nothing to show for. You know, I thought about this too. You know, for me, it's nice for me to come back and be like, hey, I could bring my kids in. Hey, Daddy was a part of this. Gold pants. Daddy part of that Sugar Bowl.
You want to get one
Daddy's
of those
a part of that. And for them, they don't really have that thing. They got the Rose Bowl, but like when they come back, what are they going to show their kids? The Rose Bowl? Daddy was a part of that Rose Bowl?
Couple of big wins over Bodie's guys back there. Those are awesome days.
I don't think that's hanging in the woody
right now.
Like, I'd like to know where Lou Holtz is right now.
Under, but God rest his soul. He got Ryan Day fired up for that win.
Not yet,
Not
Bodie.
yet, but when they're kids, I'm talking.
What are you putting a 5-year limit on him?
No.
That's it.
I say bring Lou back. Rich
All right.
Rod went back to WVU.
He did. Belichick's at UNC.
Exactly.
Bodie, thank you. Tyvis, thank you. We're going to do this for 2 full hours tomorrow at 6 o'clock. I can't wait for that. You guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Jackets hockey against the Caps. Next on The Fan.
A savory Meyer ham is the perfect centerpiece for any holiday feast. Now through December 24th, Meyer's Spiral Sliced Half Ham is just 79 cents per pound with M-Perks. Limit 1, no clipping necessary. Discount automatically applied when your M-Perks ID is entered at checkout. Buy one, get one for $1 on a 3-pound bag of red or yellow potatoes or yellow onions. Save on Kraft Stovetop Stuffing for $1.99. And get a Marie Callender's Frozen Pumpkin Pie for just $4.99. Incredible taste and impressive prices make the holidays a good deal better. Exclusions apply. Go to Meijer.com for details.
If you've been too busy to sign up for your health insurance plan, it's understandable. It's also why there's Health Markets. At healthmarkets.com, you can see the plans available to you and even speak to a licensed insurance agent. Just dial pound 250 and say Health Markets. They'll answer your questions, and when you're ready, even help you apply. Just dial pound 250 and say Health Markets. Getting your new health insurance plan could be easier than you think. Health Markets Insurance Agency, Inc.